Hi Riptide! Welcome to the stream! We're gonna be starting in a few minutes. Okay. Today will be no different. Same thing every stream at this point. Today we will be working on this part. I'm only sighing because I just don't like the repetition of something. But I have to go in a minute. My dad wants me to help with yard work. That's perfectly fine. You're good to go, Riptide. Thank you so much for joining in, though. Don't pass out with the yard work. That's what I do sometimes. So make sure to stay hydrated, okay? Make sure to hydrate before yard work. Because in Florida it's rainy, but probably in any other time it's like super freaking sunny. So don't overexert yourself, Buki. I heard whispers through the grapevine. So in this stream, I'm actually gonna try to do something a bit different. I'm going to try to, just put on songs that are seemed to be non-copyright, but we're gonna see. And we're gonna find out after this entire thing whether it's gonna be copyright or not. We're actually going to end the stream at 5. So whatever I don't do, whatever I do, I will do it in the next stream. This stream, after this, I'm not too sure of what I will sketch, what I will draw, but if it doesn't come to that, I'll just end up kind of like finishing this part. This part, in theory, should not take me that long, given how fast I did the other ones. But you never know, my brain isn't always in function, so to speak. But yeah, I'm gonna try to be as fast as possible for this, so I can be a little bit more interactive. Alright, so let us start. And that's too big. So today I started watching Scandal. Not many would know Scandal, but if you do, then you know that it's tea. Not gonna cap. I mean, I've always wanted to watch Scandal, and I did start the show like last year. I just never finished it, and it's mainly due to the reason that I keep starting shows all at the same time. Like at the same time I was starting the show Nanny, which is like an old sitcom. I was watching The Nanny, and then I was also watching The Vampire Diaries, and then I was also watching Scandal. And then on top of that, I was watching something else. I can't remember what it was. But yeah, I was watching like a lot of different shows all at once, which I seriously need to stop doing, because I end up just giving up on all of them because I don't have the patience. I'm really just there for like my favorite moments of the show, or like moments that I see on TikTok. But I know that I can't skip to that moment because it just genuinely wouldn't make sense to me without context. Like I wouldn't feel it to the extent without the context. So that's why I end up watching the entire show. Perhaps not there. Yeah, but yeah, that's the reason why I end up watching the entire show. So for this one, I'm not gonna do any spoilers, but just know that as of this moment right now, I'm a little ticked with Olivia, and then I'm especially pissed with Fitz, because it's honestly just, it's a little bit typical, just extremely typical of guys to just kind of like take something and blow it out of proportion. I'm not saying that women don't do it, it's just that guys tend to do it a lot faster, and I can't even say a lot faster. They actually tend to do it slower, but to a more deathly degree. Hello, Hiro! Welcome to the stream! Thank you for joining! But yeah, guys tend to react in like a deathly manner, whereas women, yeah, they react faster, but it 8 times out of 10 does not go to the point of killing people, or the worst case scenario. Somehow, some way, men find the worst option ever and then take that as gospel. And you know, it's a little concerning. But people in general, you know, take the worst gospel ever and then run with it to the high nines. And it's genuinely concerning. Because with Scandal, this is on a national degree, you know? I've never seen so many people fired in a singular season in all my life. I've never seen so many people's lives ruined in a singular season in all my life. Like, the way they do not hesitate to fire people or to, like, cut off their entire financial support, all because someone decided to yell, like, to shout wolf, is it's alarming. Truly, it's alarming. And so much cheating. Oh my gosh, so much cheating. You would think they would have their affairs in order. Like, what are you doing? Also, what the hell is this song? What do you miss? Oh no. I'm talking about the show Scandal. Talking about the show Scandal. Don't worry, you didn't miss anything really. Also, if the music sounds weird this stream, that's because I'm trying to see if I can find a genuine, true, non-copyright playlist, so that I'm not in the risk of getting another copyright strike. Or more like a guideline strike, because the last one wasn't a copyright strike, it was a guideline strike. And that was because when I had pulled up Pinterest in one of my in one of my streams. The lady in the thing wasn't in her best outfit, so to speak. She wasn't naked or anything. It was just more like it really didn't leave much to the imagination. Let's just put it at that. And YouTube took that as me showing you guys corn. So yeah, I tried to refute it and they said no. So I just kind of live with it. I mean, it's one strike. It's not gonna kill me. But I just would have preferred if I didn't get a strike at all, you know? But, you know, you live and you learn, so I'm more cautious when I'm pulling up Pinterest. I'm so confused. I mean, Deltarune music is right there. Jincha? Hontoni? I did not know Deltarune was non-copyright. Fire. Pire. Gonna put some goofy spooky music. I'm not gonna cap, I cannot see a singular thing with so many pixels that close. That's because behind it is like a bar. You guys don't see it, but it's there. Let me try to find it, actually. Pretty sure I rendered it somewhere up here, but the way I can't find it is actually kind of insane. Okay, I can't find it. I don't. Oh, okay, it's here. So yeah, this part is actually a little bit confusing. So I think if I just do that, it'll be a lot easier. Oh, I forgot I have to render the zipper parts, like the zipper teeth. That's okay. Since those aren't really the focus, I couldn't possibly like cheat on that. I always hear it around, plus there's a clip where Alpha Red said he talked with Toby, and Toby said, oh, you can just modify a little bit and you're good, or on the lines of that. Oh, like I can't modify nothing. Like I read online that God, which one was it? That Baby No Money's music was like non-copyrighted for people. But then I put Baby No Money and it literally like copyrighted me. Like there was like, oh, we have copyright issues. And the thing is about copyright is that they genuinely list off all the songs that you put in there. And even when I list all of the songs that I put in my videos, they still will be like, oh, we see copyright issues. So honestly, I've like internally given up on it. But I mean, if anybody has a solution, I wouldn't be. Who never see it coming? It's like 1 minute. Okay, let me see. Never see it coming.
Returning captains are stepping back into the gamerhood. They're joined by a crew of fresh new faces, ready for all new challenges.
I've actually had a couple of songs, and I think my most recent one is my favorite.
Oh, I see.
I went down, 'cause you know, like
It's still. So this is a song. I love this song. But I'm not too sure. I went from Deltarune to Persona 5. I genuinely don't know how that happened. Ooh. It must be because it's on Smart Shuffle. That's probably why. I love it when YouTubers use this music, especially in combat. It actually makes me so happy. And I just realized I actually do need the diggy behind the jinky. Let's get jiggy with it. Jiggy with it. Jiggy with it. Okay. Okay. So still talking about Scandal. It's crazy how Fitz is the president and yet somehow, somehow, this man gets manipulated more often than anybody else in the freaking show. How is he the president and yet somehow, some way, almost every one of his decisions are not really his own. It's more of just like, he's kind of like playing into somebody's plot or scheme. Which sucks. It does suck, by the way, because this is also tied into the fact that he... Oh, this is a little bit spoiler. So if you like Scandal, I think you should like kind of skip this. But the fact that he found out that what is the show even about, by the way? It's literally just think of a crime show but in the White House. Like, it's not what is people getting murdered left and right, but it's more of just like, it's constant political schemes every single episode. Someone is trying to cover up dirt, or someone's trying to dig up dirt on somebody else. But the whole point is that the people in the show, they have dirt themselves. So a lot of the times when they're trying to cover up their client's dirt, they're also involved in it. So it just gives them more incentive to like kind of keep it hush hush. And then you have other times where it's just like justice needs to be served out, but then they do it to the wrong person, so it just causes more problems down the road. It's literally like the justice court system if it was outside of the court system, if it was outside of the courthouse and in the White House and every other person's house. There's like so many things going on. I literally can't tell you that Scandal is just one thing. I think Scandal, the title itself, is a little bit self-explanatory because it's literally all about scandals. It's all about scandals, gossips, rumors. The president, Olivia Pope is a fixer, so she's constantly fixing everybody's problems. And then she also used to work for the White House, so she has connections there too, so they also know about her. And then it's just so much. There's literally just so much. I can't even say in like just one sentence. Just know that it's a really good show, and it's also a show that kind of like irks my soul. Just irks my soul, because sometimes I'm like, oh, that's really, really smart, yeah, 100%. And then other times I'm like, that's really, really dumb. What the hell are you doing? But, you know, you can't always win, so... Yeah, it's just it's a lot. It's just it's a lot. But let me ask you a question, right? Just we sure love some drama, right? This must be too American for my Italian brain. Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now, like, it's literally just a showcase of the worst of America. I can't even say the worst of America. I would say it's like a mirror being held up to the American people. It aged extremely well because if you just think about the current circumstances of the White House and everything that's going on, the scandal just feels a little too close to home. It's like it's just a little too close to home. Run to me, confess your love, at least just let me say that when I talk to you, oh Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. So I was off beat. Love that for me. If that's the case, it aged well or it aged badly because it became real. It aged really well because it became real. It would age badly if it was just like none of it was pretty much good at all. Or, I can understand the confusing sentence. It aged well. It aged like fine wine. I would say if it was just like if wine had milk in it. Let's just say that. If wine had milk in it. The wine would be okay, maybe not the milk concentrate. Like, it's a bittersweet, yeah, that's our reality type of feel. Telling you today that when I talk to you, oh Cupid walks right through and shoots an arrow through my heart. And I sound like a loon, but don't you feel it to confess I loved you from the start. Confessed I loved you, just thinking of you. I know I loved you from the start. But yeah. Oh, right, the question. So the question I was gonna ask is, okay, let's say that you were going to enter in a competition, right? And you needed the votes. But like your friends were there the entire time, they were truly rooting for you. But it wasn't going in your favor. And on the last day, that same night, your friends decided to rig the votes without your knowledge, right? You ended up winning the position, everyone's happy, yada yada yada. Fast forward, right? Fast forward like maybe a year or two later, you find out that your friends actually ended up rigging the election, and you didn't really gain the position you have now off of sheer merit or off of the people's votes. So how long would you stay mad? Or would you be mad at all? I don't drink alcohol, so I don't have to worry about this hypothetical wine milk combo. Yeah, me neither. I also don't drink. Hi, Riptide. Great, Riptide. I have a question for you that I'm gonna repeat. So, let's say, right, that you and your friends, right, were all supporting you to win an election, right, for a really great position that you wanted. But things weren't going your way. While you were gaining a lot of favor from the people who you needed votes from, you weren't gaining enough to win the actual election. So on the last day, your friends went behind your back and rigged the election votes so that you would win. Fast forward 2 years later, you find out about this. Would you be mad at your friends? And if so, how long? I'm gonna say my answer. I would feel a little hurt because it's just like, dang, I didn't actually gain this position. But I wouldn't be mad for like more than maybe a couple of days, because it is at this point it no longer matters, you know? It's like, who cares how I got here? I'm here. And if it were to come to a point where, okay, we could all go to jail for this, then I'm just working with y'all to cover up the fact. Like, I'm not seeing the problem here. If anything, now that I'm on board, wouldn't that make it a lot easier for me to work with you guys? That's a kind of hard question to answer because I'm always of the idea that some hypothetical person can't really know how they react. Like the usual, oh, if I saw a pickpocket, I'd stop them. If I saw a pickpocket, I don't know. I don't know about that. No, cap. It's not that, you know, I wouldn't help the person. It's more of just like, what the hell would I do? I don't know if that person has a gun or not. I would literally be losing my life over a pocket change. I don't know about that. I don't know about all that. Now, if the person's life was in danger, then yeah, I'd step in. That is somebody's life. But this is literally money. You're gonna have to work that up back again. Sorry, baby girl. I don't think I would be too mad they did it to make me feel better. I would still be sad that they lied to me though. Right? But in this case, I guess it also depends on what the position is, what the competition were, the positives and negatives on me winning, losing, and the reason why the friend did it. Like, okay, so this is like your dream, right? And let's say the position was to be president. It is treason and it is extremely illegal to rig the election votes. But as we can see in modern day, apparently rigging the election votes are the least of our worries. You know, it's the absolute least of our worries, given how we have a criminal as a president. So and in this case, you know, Fitz didn't even know. The person in power literally committed the crime by himself, so I don't know. But yeah. Oh my gosh. What am... Yeah, because this is actually confusing the hell out of me. But my question is, right? Second question, would you be mad at them for 10 months? Like nearly a year. A lot of people say, oh, I'd kick them to stop them, like ignore the emotions they probably feel at the moment. So I meant like I can say something, but I don't know what I truly do. Yeah, that's true. If I was in that situation, I'd feel kind of a little bit stuck. I wouldn't be mad for 10 months though. That's kind of crazy. I wouldn't be mad for 10 months. I would just kind of be like, because the thing is, for me, I'm the type of person, it's just like, okay, it already happened, so what else can we do? Like, I'm not gonna mull over the fact that, oh, it happened, what could I have possibly done to prevent it, this and that, you guys didn't believe in me. It already happened. I'm already president, I'm already this, I'm already that. Like, I literally don't know how holding on to that would fix the problem. If there are people trying to dig that up and trying to get me out of my position of power, it is now my duty to keep myself in here if I believe that I deserve to be here, regardless of how I got here, and to work with the people who did the thing. Like, I'm sorry. Like, at that point, you literally just have to kind of like help cover the tracks. I couldn't hold a grudge that long. Exactly. 10 months is actually insane. If this situation is that it's my absolute dream job, and in the case I lose, a literal criminal gets into power and makes it far worse for everyone, I'd be mad because it doesn't feel nice. Right? It's just, we just gotta weigh the pros and the cons. And in the end, get over it. You know? I was only asking this to believe, for a lot of time that you managed to reach your dream with your own hands and then find out it's a lie, but based on the situation, I guess I wouldn't be mad for that long. Petty maybe, right? Though some people feel differently about this kind of thing, different levels of rightfulness and yada yada yada. Yeah. Like, everyone is entitled to their feelings in like a situation, but to make everyone's lives miserable for 10 months is like, come on. Come on. Like, I'm usually not an insensitive person, but my literal response would be, there's no way you can be bad for this long. There's absolutely no way you can be bad for this long. Yes. Oh my gosh. So what Fitz did is he basically shut people out. Mind you, he's the president. So when you shut your chief of staff out, that's not necessarily a good idea because you're making decisions without someone really like double checking it. So you're literally running the country by yourself, which is not what you're supposed to do because you can be biased towards a lot of things. So you need a second pair of eyes on that. You need a lot of eyes on that. And basically your chief of staff is supposed to keep you straight. He was ignoring his chief of staff, and then he was ignoring his wife, who, by the way, he cheated on for years, which is crazy. Like, how the hell are you mad for 10 months, but I literally only made your life miserable for like, what, a week? When I found out that you cheated on me with your secretary? Like, let's be so for real. So I found that extremely petty and unnecessary and hypocritical. Because you've done that lady even worse, and somehow she's still with you and still want to be with you. So, I mean, really, if you want to go band for band, we could go band for band. That kind of changes things, because if they're just mad to the friend to basically rip your dreams, and even telling you about it after years, if not for you finding out, it would have been another thing. Hello, Mental Asylum, welcome to the stream. We're currently talking about Scandal. But yeah, it was honestly like a little annoying, because it's like, how are you gonna be so bitter, but you literally wronged every single person in this room, and they literally have not held you accountable for it. So yeah, it was a really horrible double standard situation right there. So he shunned out his chief of staff, he shunned out his first lady, and then he shunned out the person that he was cheating on his wife with. He's completely in the wrong, no cap. And for 10 months at that. 10 months, bruh. Doing way too much. I wonder what season I'm on. I should be on like season 1 still. If I'm still on season 1, like that's crazy. All that happening in just one season. And there's 7 seasons of this. Oh no, I'm on the 2nd season. I'm on the 2nd season. Going on 3rd. But yeah, all this is happening in like maybe a season in some episodes. So it's like, imagine 7 seasons. Okay. I'm actually going a lot faster than I initially thought I would. Especially since I was like talking about a show. Usually I'm not able to double task that well. But let me yap a little bit more. Not about Scandal, but a different thing. So, this one is a book that I was reading, and it's called Miss Pendleton. Can't even say book. I would say webtoon. It is a light novel, though. But they recently adapted it into a webtoon. And then decided to gatekeep it on Wattpad. So, those whores. So, basically, Miss Pendleton is about a spinster who... Okay, how do I start with this one? It's so hard for this particular story to start from the beginning. Because how it starts is like, it's almost a little bit too many introductions all at once. But I'm gonna tell you right now who's the most important characters, right? You have... damn, what's his name again? So you have Miss Pendleton, which is who the book is about, right? You have Miss Pendleton. You have her friend. We're gonna call her Harper. We're gonna call her Harper. Her friend Harper. And then you have Darcy, which is Miss Pendleton's lover. Well, soon to be, if anything. Soon to be. I'm still waiting for her to snap out of it. I'm still waiting for her to snap out of it. Like, please. I know you have generational trauma. But please, overcome it for me. For me! Because that man is too fine. Way too fine. To just be letting him out in the streets like this, please. Please, the woman go eat him up and then tear him down. And he'll never be the same man again. Okay, so Darcy, Miss Pendleton, and Harper, and then you have Darcy's friend Bailey. I'm gonna say that guy's name is Bailey, even though that's not true. How the webtoon starts is Miss Pendleton is a matchmaker. She's a pretty famous matchmaker, and how she became a matchmaker was because during her prime time, which they call it, eat 'em up is crazy. No, literally, like, women can be vicious. Like, they could turn a man out and not in the best way possible. Like, it's so bad. The things I've heard and seen women do to, like, innocent men, I'm like, please, please, let him go. He was one of the good ones. Like, every time I hear a guy, like, a really good guy online talk about the relationship that changed him for the worse, I literally shed a tear. I literally shed a tear because I'm just like, another one has been lost to the sauce. Another one has been lost. I can't do it no more. The dating pool is already thin and miserable as it is. Like, please, woman, don't make it worse. Please, I'm begging you. So, how she became a matchmaker is she, oh yeah, in her prime time, as they call it in old era Britain or London, right, is if you're past 25 and you have not been courted, or even if you have been courted but you literally have not been married, or you couldn't find an opportunity to marry, just do me like chat, never date in your life, avoids my problem. Never that in your life avoids my problems. Yo, like, it's so bad. It's so bad. But so she did have a prospect, right? In her 20s, but that same guy lied to her, talking about, oh, making so many promises, and then literally left her to fend for herself, which made her not even want to date at all. So, and mind you, that was the love of her life. It wasn't like some, oh, you know, some dramatic stuff. Literally, that guy was the only person who genuinely wanted to court her and date her out of everybody, and he left her high and dry. And it was like, after that, nobody wanted to pick her. I'm saying this in a way where it's like she sounds like an object, because that's how they're describing it. I don't really view her as an object, or women as an object in general. But this is how it was back in those times. So pretty much nobody wanted to pick her up off the shelf anymore. So now she's like in her early 30s, and she became what they call a spinster, basically a person who's not fit for marriage. And the only prospect that she can really get in life is if a really old man, if she's lucky enough, someone of her age to marry her. But it wouldn't necessarily be like a celebration or anything. Jokes aside, I'm not against relationships, but sometimes I hear stories my friends or whoever's been through, and I'm like, dang, you live like this? No, it's so bad. Like, I know I'm saying it over and over again, but it's literally so bad. The story's name is Miss Pendleton. So I'm actually gonna put it in the chat. Like, they do her dirty. And it's like, sometimes it really be hard taking the woman's side, because sometimes they be doing the dumbest things on planet Earth. And I just be like, now let's be for real. let's be for real. You really thought that was gonna work in your favor? Like, you really thought that was gonna work in your favor? I know there's no way. There's absolutely no way. So it's on Webtoon, but I won't cap. I read it on a pirate website because I cannot wait for those chapters. Usually I can wait. Like, I'm patient for most chapters because I don't really read a lot of webtoons that much. But like, for this one, like, it hooked me really hard, and I love the story. So I had to like keep updating, like, please, I have to see the next chapter. I have to, because it doesn't go like how you usually would see it. Like, oh, you know, unwanted or unmarried woman, and then there's this new hot guy in town, and then, you know, they really hit it off and they like each other. No, it actually doesn't go like that. It's gorgeous, but the man is kind of no, that's the thing. The man is gorgeous. In fact, he's very picky with his women, and not because he sees them as like objects or anything. Like, he's not a he's not misogynistic or anything. It's more of just like he has like a certain standard when it comes to relationships. Like he's not looking just for someone to look good next to. He's looking for a partner, like a life partner, someone who he can laugh with, someone who he can have the same type of conversations with. Like he just wants somebody to feel comfortable with. Really, he doesn't want to be in a marriage just for marriage's sake, which I really like. Like he doesn't take marriage lightly. That's really good. And he also really doesn't like the like idle gossip or anything pertaining to like class, status, and anything. Not that he doesn't see class or doesn't see color. It's more of just like it is not that important to him to where it is the basis of his standard in marriage. As long as he like you, he could have good conversation with you. He don't feel like he's constantly leading the conversation or having trouble connecting with you on really important topics. He's gonna like you at some extent. It's just that nobody has that standard, so he can't really. He's too masculine for me. I like Twix better. You know, there's just show the designs now. Okay. After these chains. But trust, they're really good looking. All characters are good looking. But yeah, how it starts is Miss Pendleton is at a wedding of two people that she match made. And pretty much the people are talking about how good Miss Pendleton is and everything. Mind you, these are the same people that talk straight trash behind her backs the moment that she slip up. So it's like, okay. So that was one. You're so real for that. No, you're really so real for that. I like my twinks too. But so dang, I always forget my sentences. Oh, right. Okay, so she's at the wedding and, you know, everyone's giving her congratulations, especially the couple, because they're just like, if, you know, we hadn't met each other, this and that, like, I probably wouldn't have found the perfect woman to marry. So she's like, oh, you know, no problem, this and that. And her friend pulls her to the side and she's like, hey, can we talk? So Miss Pendleton is just like, sure. So Harper talks about how she's been meeting this guy for a while and she is afraid that when he proposes she won't be able to say yes. So she's like, why won't you be able to say yes? She says, because I don't want to get married. Like, the thought of getting married, it kind of just ruins a lot of plans for me. I didn't like when she sees herself in a marriage, it feels like a trap. It doesn't feel like a partnership. It feels like she's kind of trapped in this bubble. She can't really do anything for herself because women aren't able to be businesswomen. They're not able to make money for themselves. Everything they do is for their husband. So she literally gives up her entire life for her husband, and she at this moment cannot see herself doing that. As always, I like my woman as I like my man. Looking like the opposite gender. No, literally. I don't know, just something about them. Just something about masculine women. They do it for me. They truly do. I feel like every time I do this, it gets harder and harder. Because I'm not able to see what I'm really doing. Okay. Alright. So Miss Pendleton is just like, oh, you know, who's the guy? So the guy ends up being Darcy's friend, Bailey. So she's like, oh, you know, I know him. We're pretty good friends. She's like, yeah, I know you guys are good friends, which is why I wanted to talk to you. Because it's like, I don't want to hurt the dude's feelings. Like, I know he means well. I know he's a really great guy. You know, I know he doesn't want to hurt me. He sees the he wants the best for me, but it's like at this moment I really cannot do marriage. So Miss Pendleton didn't necessarily say marry the guy or don't marry the guy. She just said follow your heart, right? At the same time, Bailey comes in and, you know, you would think he overhears the conversation, but I don't think he does. Because it's later revealed that when she declines his proposal, that, you know, he's really blah, blah, blah. He's really heartbroken about it. So he didn't see that coming. So Bailey comes in on cue, and he's like, hey, Miss Pendleton, I have a favor to ask of you. She's like, sure. What is it? So he's like, okay, so my best friend, Darcy, is coming into town, and, you know, he's not really great with women. So I was really hoping that you could pretty much show him around and, like, pretty much match him with the prospect. But don't let him know that you're trying to match him with somebody, because he doesn't like that type of thing. Like, he's not really, how Bailey described it, he's not for love. I might be arrow ace and not like very masculine men, but feminine ones, they do something to my brain chemistry, dog. Yes. Or for me, I guess it's not about the physical appearance with masculine women. It's more of just like the aura. Like, if I feel like you can 100% kill a man, yeah. Something about that just, it gets me going. It gets me going. But it's so crazy because it's like really buff and masculine women, not buff and masculine women, really buff and masculine men scare the living crap out of me. Because it's just like, I don't want to get hit. But at the same time, it's just like, ooh, you can protect me. I don't know. Overall, the character comes first. Because if I don't like you, it don't matter how good looking you are. It don't matter how good, how perfect to the nail, to the T you are my type. If you give me the ick, you're cooked. You're cooked, buddy. I can guarantee you, you will never see my face again. Never. You gonna wonder, did I even meet her for real, for real? That's how it's gonna be for me. It's about the drip or feminine stuff in general. Don't really care about the rest as much. That doesn't mean I don't like the masculine look, just not on. No, literally. Because they take it too far. It's so toxic sometimes. It's like, okay, we get it. You're a man. You have a penis. Do you have to, like, wave it around? They treat their penises as if it's, like, a victory flag. That's kind of weird to me. And I'm like really concerned about the women who don't find that weird. They're just like, yeah, that kind of turns me on. Hello? Like, he's actively stating he does not care for your well-being. What are you talking about that turns you on? Like, can we please have a little bit of decorum? A little bit of decorum. This was actually a lot faster than I thought. Oh, I missed something. What size should be given? Yeah, we get it. You're a man. Now show me your closet. Let's see your 3 different types of clothing. No, that's what I'm saying. If I see the same thing over and over again, like a weird cartoon, I'm going to crash out. Someone wouldn't find that cute because it's just like, oh, you know, I can dress him up as I please. And I'm just like, or that man has absolutely no fashion taste, and then you'd end up being his mama, dressing up a little boy. Don't you think? Don't you think that's kind of crazy? Because be so for real, why are in real life men so plain and boring? Anime men are so attractive, like, but in real life, and anime women are so gorgeous. Make it make sense, please. That's because a lot of the times when a man is in anime, 8 times out of 10, it's a woman writing that man. And that's what's so crazy to me, how men constantly talk about, oh, anime men are They're raising the bar too high. They're raising the bar too high. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? This is literally a woman writing a man who's doing the bare minimum and a little bit of some, and you think that's too high? This is a woman telling you exactly what she wants, and you think that's not that's too much for you? Women have been telling you what they want for years in fantasy worlds, in non-fictional books. Like, it's absolutely incredible. It's insane how we can literally show them the entire blueprint to how to treat us and still refuse to meet even the bare minimum. It's crazy. And their clothes do look boring as hell. I'm not even gonna cap. Unless it's their oversized hoodie or their oversized sweats, a lot of times I don't even want to wear their shirts. The designs are weird, they're ugly, the graphics aren't really hitting like that. But don't get me wrong, I also really don't like women clothing either. Over time, they've gotten so predictable and boring and a little too showy, in my opinion. I'm not slut shaming anyone, but it's just like, there's just a certain type of skin that is reserved for your husband and should not be shown to the public. Like, why are your cheeks literally hanging out? Why are they blinking at me? That's kind of crazy. And I'm cursed with having to buy only that stuff. Release me from this prison. You can literally, why won't you just buy from the men's section? I mean, oh, or you can just buy from the women's section. You can do that. You just gotta up the size. I like tight shirts. Women look good in anything. Now, let's not say anything. There are some women who don't know how to dress. Okay. They don't look good in anything. Okay, but they do look good in most things. One of my biggest pet peeves though, is when a couple is going out, the woman did her absolute best to dress up, put on some heels or put on some comfortable shoes, look her absolute best, really show out, and the man is in some basketball shorts and a graphic tee. I'm gonna tell you right now, that gives me the most absolute ick on planet Earth. Like, how I know that I'll like a person from like day one on a date is how you dress. That's the first thing that I look at, is how you dress. If you come on the date with basketball shorts, some sneakers, and graphic tee, I actually might just walk back to my house. I'm so serious. I'm so serious. Please, for all that is holy under the blazing sun, you don't have to wear a suit. But for God's sake, don't ever wear basketball shorts around me. I will rip them off of you, and not in a sexual way. I will rip them off of you and strangle your neck with them. I can guarantee you that. Guarantee. The ones without fashion taste, but yeah. Ugh. But yeah, men would too if they're not cowards. That's the thing. It's not even about like cowardice. It's more of just like sense. They don't have any fashion sense because it wasn't really drilled into them. Moms drill into how a woman should dress since they can walk. With men, as long as they're not showing their penis, they can wear anything that they want. It's just how boys are. With women, since jump, they've been taught how to dress all their lives, which is why women, like, statistically and by experience, just this is a fact, women just dress better than men. Men only dress better in cases that they had to learn themselves, or they had a father to teach them how to do that, or a mother to teach them how to do that. And it's extremely rare in men's cases. But people be haters. Now, jokes aside, I would do it, but you know how people be sometimes. Also, my mom, she's not against it per se, but seeing how some people react to it, she's on the line of, oh, explore whatever. Heck, I'll buy you stuff, but wear it only in the house because people outside are crap. And like, yeah, but there's no point in wearing them then. It depends. Like, if you're gonna buy me stuff, but it's more of like, this is only for the house, it just genuinely depends. If we're buying lingerie, that makes sense. If we're buying like outside clothes, but there's way too many rips to the point where my nipples and my butt cheeks are out, then it's like, why are you buying me this in the first place? I'm a little confused. You were better off just buying lingerie. Like, then in this case, there really is no point in wearing that. In this day and age, I truly do wish women would dress a little bit more modestly. And this is not necessarily like a Christian thing for me. It's more of just like, I'm tired of seeing booty cheeks in my face. I'm tired of it. The men may not, you know, they can't get enough of it, but I'm sorry. As a woman, I'm tired. I'm genuinely tired. And I don't want to like judge anybody, because you can wear whatever you want, but it comes to a point. It really comes to a point where we do have to have etiquette for outside. We do. So we're just gonna hope that, you know, they don't zoom in and, you know, scrutinize my drawing, as I am currently doing right now. You know, we're just gonna hope that they don't do that, because, you know, that'd be a pretty that'd be like a bummer for me, you know. Ooh. Is it not? Oh. I love the fact that in this playlist there's elevator music. That's crazy. I'm talking about normal stuff, like yourself with the long skirts type of... Oh, okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine, that's fine. In that case, the people are the problem. Like, literally just wear whatever you want. The people are genuinely the problem. Okay, it was a joke at first, but the elevator music is actually kind of insane. But oh yes, back to what I was saying before. Damn. Oh yeah. He doesn't really like Darcy doesn't really like the gossip and stuff, so he's just like, he can't really find anyone to really connect with like that. But Bailey wants him to get with somebody already, because it's just like, bro, like it's way too long. You need somebody, and you're also a bitter old man. So Miss Pendleton, she agreed to it, you know, while also keeping her identity a secret and everything. On the day of, she met the guy, and they pretty much hit it off. Like, they had really good conversation, but all Miss Pendleton was thinking of, this guy would be a really great friend. Like, we have a lot of things in common. We see a lot of things eye to eye. Sometimes we disagree on things. We're able to challenge each other without disrespecting each other. Like, they're equally yoked, to the point where it's just like, they immediately knew that they would get along pretty well. And neither embarrassed one another. Darcy was already taken, like, he's like, from the moment I met you, like, trust, I fell in love with you. He didn't tell her that, because he's not a freaking psycho and he doesn't love bum people. But yeah, pretty much they were acting pretty cool at the ball, at the gala, and she was introducing him to different women and everything. It even came to a point where she had to teach him how to dance because he doesn't normally dance with women, so he's out of practice for it, and he never really had any like education or practice for it in the first place because he saw no point in it. So they had the little moment, they danced together and whatnot, and then after she felt like her job was done, she left the party. He realized that she left the party, went after her, and was just like, hey, where the hell are you going? And she's like, hey, I'm going back home because there's really no point in me being here anymore. It's not like I'm here for any guys to pick me up, or like this is literally just, my job is kind of over. And I want to go home. And also, her house is like Central Station. Like, people go there to have tea parties all the time to discuss some business or whatever the hell they want to do. So her house is pretty much open a lot to the general public when they want to visit. So she was like, I figured that I was gonna see you anyways pretty soon, so that's the reason why I didn't really stick much around any longer. So he was like, oh, so can I see you tonight? And she's like, now? Wanna go to my house now? She doesn't even have the chef ready to cook anything. She doesn't have her maid to clean anything yet. He's just like, I don't want another second like away from you. That's exactly how my man needs to be. If you're not crazy about me the first day that you meet me, actually, even if somebody does do that, I'm gonna think you love bombing me, so don't do that. Don't do that, actually. I'm very distrustful when it comes to men and motives, because a lot of the times they do too much. They do too much. So if you were just like, oh, you know, I want to be around you like 24 hours of the second, I'm sorry, like, I'm just gonna be, that's actually just gonna give me the ick. I'm gonna be like super suspicious. Like, I'd be touched, but at the same time I'd be like, why? That's kind of weird. So like, I would immediately think, oh no, like that's a nice concept in a fantasy world. But like, if a man was coming up to me and be like, where are you going? Home. Hopefully you're not following me there. No, I don't care. I would have just said no because I don't like planning stuff at the last minute. Exactly. That's the reason why she said no. Like, I don't like planning stuff at the last minute, and this is like super last minute. So he respected that, and so he was like, okay. So then tomorrow morning, she's like, that's still too soon. And he was like, okay, the day after that. And she was like, okay, that's fine. That's great. Hi, Matt. Oh, hi, Sad Ghost. Welcome to the stream. I'm currently talking about a web novel that I've been reading and am currently obsessed with. But yeah, he was a little bit forward. I'm not gonna cap. He was forward about it. But he wasn't creepy about it, and that's unfortunately all I can appreciate. So what was I saying? Oh, right. So he meets her the day after tomorrow. And pretty much, like, rumors are going on about them. Like, oh, you know, he always visits her house. Always, what the hell? He always visits her house. Like, there's literally not been one day that he hasn't been there. It's actually a little bit crazy. There's not one day that man has not been there. And it wasn't any creepy thing or anything, because she didn't see it as, like, an imposing. It was more of just, like, she felt like she was finally getting a friend, you know, finally getting a guy friend who understood her, didn't really ridicule her, haven't said anything bad about her. You know, the bar is pretty much low here, but, you know, it's at least a little bit there. It became blurry, no. Well, I'm just gonna have to live with this. It's gonna have to be my reality. I see what's going on. I see what's happening now. You're face to face with greatness and it's strange. Okay, bro, do something else, please. Commenting I'm busy. How says it goes. Oh, I just said what you're talking about. I'm not gonna cap. I'm a little bit slow. I'm a little bit slow. I'm like, what do you mean do something else? All I do is draw. I have no other life, please. But yeah, he's been pretty much over there every single day since he's come to London. But that's the thing. The people don't really care about that because they're just thinking, oh, because she's a matchmaker, rotating stuff on Procreate. No, I'm sorry. The app said screw up particular. No, for real. It's like, why am I rotating something and it turns blurry? Sometimes it's a blessing in disguise because it's just like, that means I can actually just redefine it. But most times I'm just like, I spent all that work to perfect it and you blurred it. It can be pretty annoying. I actually don't like how it's a little bit... Oh, that's not what I was trying to go for. Doo-doo. I'm currently breaking from art fight and drawings the I didn't hit you that hard, or maybe I did from Garden of Banban. No! Oh, Cab, every time you mention Garden of Banban, I'm just like, there's absolutely no way. Oh. Do 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 do. I realize this song is... I'm loving this playlist actually. Because it's so goofy, it makes absolutely no sense. This fanfic I'm reading has me locked in. I literally can't focus on anything else. Girl. You and me in the same boat. In the same boat. Same sinking boat. No, Cap, I really don't want to dwell on this bike any longer than I have to. So I want to try to make this as... clean as possible and fast as possible. Do 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 do. Okay. Finished that part. We actually still have like 40 minutes left. I'm gonna show you the characters from the thingy I'm talking about. Miss Pendleton. Oh, that fine man. That beautiful fine man. So, let me just you set your attention to the screen. This is Darcy, right? Not his actual name. I just keep forgetting their real names. But this is Darcy. Darcy is a fine specimen. That man. Just scrum diddly umptious. I tell you that. I sure enough tell you that. This is Miss Pendleton. This is how she looks in the webtoon. She's so beautiful. I love her. And she's so real for a lot of the reactions that she has. Like, she literally just wants somebody to relate to. Someone that she could just be comfortable with. Which is exactly what he's looking for. Girl got a traumatic past. Ugh. It's so bad. It's so bad. Not them actually giving me some vintage clothing. That's crazy. But yeah. This is Miss Girl. And then this is the second female lead interest. I can't say that because he genuinely is not interested in her. Like, for all that is holy under the blazing sun, that man is not interested in anything that woman has to say, unless it's about Miss Pendleton. So characters. This is Darcy's sister. We love her. We root for her. I'm still looking for the friend. Oh yeah, that's his name, Ian. Ian Dalton. So then I wasn't too far from Darcy. You know, I wasn't too... Well, I wasn't too far from Dalton. Darcy wasn't too far. You know? Wasn't too far. I'm just trying to find her friend. Because she sure enough isn't. Oh, man, I can't find it. But anyways, yeah. Why is bro reading that paper so majestically? No, literally. I want to know the exact reason why too. I hope Gipo is vegan. One of the Euphoric brothers never hears that. He's literally so fine. And the way okay, so currently in the chapter, right, because he had confessed to her, she said no because she has a traumatic past of like being rejected, being left the last time, and literally all people has ever done in her life is leave her. Her mother left her in death. Her father left her, literally left her, to the grandfather who did not want to take her in, so left her and didn't even leave her a dowry, so her dowry left her too. The only person who didn't leave her was her grandmother, and she's about to die. So you know, she's doing great so far. She's doing pretty great so far, you know. But if all my solutions look like this, I'd sure enough use them. Sure enough. Oh my gosh. Yes, Lord. Man, he's so gentleman-like. Truly, so gentleman-like. Thank you. This is actually the perfect background music for that, actually. But yeah, that's Dalton, and then you have Miss Pendleton over here. Yeah, Miss Pendleton over here. So I'm reading that, and then I've also been really into this particular web novel is The Broken Ring. Which is this one. Absolutely amazing. Like, I love this one so much. It's so freaking good. Like, it's so freaking good. I highly recommend reading that one. I'm not gonna lie, it is a bit sexual in some scenes. Go to it for him. Yes, I am. You have to put some trauma in. Yeah. Girl got lots of trauma. But yeah, The Broken Ring, that one's also a really good one. It does have a lot of explicit scenes in there. I wouldn't say more towards like as you go on later in the story, there's gonna be less explicit scenes. The only reason why there's a lot of explicit scenes is because there's like SA and grape in there, but not out of love. That's literally the showcase of the trauma. The premise is that the woman Ines, she is going through time over and over again, and she reverts, like every time she loops back, it's to that exact same point where she's a child again. Like she doesn't like give rebirth as a baby. It's that same age, and it depends on who she picks in her life, who she interacts with in her life, that determines the course of her life. Of course, that is the same for literally life in general. But in her case, she is fated, quote unquote, fated to be with the crown prince, who then grapes her and then gives her a disease, and then literally it's every possible thing that you can think of. He done it, okay? He's done it, okay? The mother ain't no better. Oh my gosh, the mother ain't no better. It's bad. So first life, she chose the crown prince. Well, I couldn't even say chose the crown prince. The crown prince was chosen for her. Second life, she decided to run away and run off with a painter that she met in her past life. They had a child together, but then he ended up getting executed because, you know, that's literally a woman of royalty and this is a peddler. So got killed for that. So then she killed herself. Well, she killed herself in the first one and the second one, I believe, because she did it twice. And then the last one, she just kind of, I don't know how it happened, but somebody killed her. And then the third time, she ended up choosing our current male lead, and happier than ever. But then the current male lead, the thing is, when she loops, other people loop too, right? But they genuinely don't remember anything unless this is fictional God. So fictional God makes a mistake and you end up in a predicament which you weren't supposed to die in. The God is like, oops, sorry, here's a wish for your next life. So you can choose to keep the memories retained from your old life so that you don't make the same mistakes from your past life. Now, sometimes you can be in that predicament and you wouldn't necessarily be aware that you have that wish, right? Or aware that you've made that wish in previous timelines and you're in a different one. So the male lead is regaining memories from all the other different timelines, because Ines, she talks as if she's lived a very long life, even though she's only in her 20s. So it's a little bit jarring to hear somebody talk as if they've lived over 100 years old. And sometimes she would have knowledge of things that she wouldn't necessarily would unless she lived it herself. So he's picking up on these things and he's getting an idea that Ines isn't like any other girl. Like literally, she's literally not any other girl. And so he starts remembering things from the past life, and then that's when, you know, that's not when he starts loving her. He loved her way before then. And they were already loving each other in that marriage. It's just, it's on like a deeper level where he's even extra whipped for her, and I love it. Oh yes, I love it. I love it so much. Extra whipped. She's not like the other girls. Exactly. Except it's true this time. She genuinely isn't like the other girls, and I love that. I love that for her. Okay. Oh. So, I want to do like a quick little sketch. So I'm finna go to our fight, and I'm gonna attack somebody. I'm gonna do Side Ghost 2K first because they were the first one that I saw. So we just gonna sleep. Gonna look at your characters, and I'm gonna choose which one I get to attack. So many good options. So many great options, Mallory. Let's be so for real. You know I was gonna go for Mallory. There's let's be so for real. Who else was I gonna go for except Mallory? Oh. A new scene? Bros. Yeah. Yeah, bing. Yeah. Yeah. This time we're genuinely going to sketch. We're genuinely going to sketch because I only have 30 minutes and a sketch should only last 30 minutes. So... actually, I want to do it just a little bit muted. And then I'm going to find a pose on Pinterest. Because I love Pinterest! Oh, I love Pinterest. Pinterest is beautiful. It's gonna be real quick, so I'm not gonna choose anything like super flowy. No perspective here. I'm gonna end up doing perspective anyways. Just a sketchy says, no, no, it won't be like Uma Musume. No, please don't put that curse upon me. Not today. It really won't be like Uma Musume. That one was genuinely supposed to stop at a sketch, but my my head just kept going. Please, I can do this. I can sketch. I can just sketch. Nothing has to be perfect. I just have to sketch. This one, I'm gonna use this picture for the pose, but not for the vibe. Oh, hello. Okay. This time it really will be a sketch. I'm not playing. I'm not playing. I'm so serious. You say it only happened with the movie. I actually don't remember if you finished the season. I did. And now I'm waiting for the second season. Which, screw you, by the way. Why would you give me something I have to wait a second season for? Ugh. What do you think about Tamamo then? Oh, she's great. Honestly, it's the way everyone was just like, oh yeah, Oguri Cap is definitely gonna win. And I was just like, y'all must think I'm a first-time anime watcher. That girl had not one, not two, not three, but multiple flashbacks in just the span of 2 episodes. You also do it. No! That's not how it's supposed to work! No! But that girl had multiple flashbacks, and then she had a relative dying. Like, let's be so for real. Oguri Cap is not gonna win against dead relative power-up. Like, that will always triumph. I'm sorry. That will always be triumph. triumphant. They built it up very well, though. In my opinion, Jenny was not sure on who would have won there, but then the Aura Farmer Wicked. No, I knew exactly who would win. I knew exactly who would win. They were the Bama Cap. Orgudi Cap was close though. She was. Orgudi was close, but you cannot defeat the dead relative plot armor. It's literally impossible. You cannot defeat dead relative plot armor. It's never gonna happen. I was just not sure. I was like, well, she did win a lot, so she has to sooner or later. But they were hyping her up so much that the hype got me. Plus, to be honest, the Tamomo relative is still alive, just not kicking, so she didn't have the full buff. No, that man is most definitely gonna die. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that man most definitely gonna die. May not be now, but it sure enough will be soon. Maybe he's gonna die, but he's not yet. Maybe not. Maybe not yet. But I don't know. It's sure enough gonna be soon. Sure enough gonna be soon. If that man doesn't die first season, next episode. I mean, yeah, next season for first episode. That man is a survivor. Do, 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 do. I'm not gonna cap. Um, I will. Whoa, it's a lot. Okay, wait. Just not kicking so she didn't have the fluff buff. Maybe he's gonna die, but not yet. I would read the manga just to find, but I can't do that. They do have stuff translated to chapter 151, but the Japanese version is 191. Like, why did you stop translating? So now I'm not reading it, hoping someone will translate it again, especially with the boom in popularity Uma is having. Heck, in October, the final arc will start, so maybe people will want to translate it. That is true. But I really do hate it when they stop translating stuff. I'm like, why are you acting like you're not feeding the American people? Like, hello? Why are you acting like you're not feeding the American people? Act like you got some sense. Let's see how this looks. I guess that's fine. Copy and paste, and then do it horizontally. Ba-ba-da-ba-boom. Let's see how that looks. And that looks like trash as I had imagined it. You know, I think it's just better. Started working on this manga now that I wanted to read it. You stop. It's kind of racist. And I'm Vanilla go live for legal reasons. I got the joke. The fact that nowadays you genuinely have to like point out that something is a joke. For me, it just kind of feels like humor is like really dead. Okay. I'm wondering, is that fluff or I'm gonna assume it's not fluff. Oh, I see. Actually need to move this farther down. I need to not extend the stream this time. Yes, yes! I will not extend the stream. And now the hair. Thank you, thank you. My gosh. Trying to be as fast as I can. Oh my gosh, it's 4:52. Okay. Okay, I can do this. I can do this. Just light coloring. Just a light shading. Nothing too crazy. Nothing too crazy. Wait, not coloring. Just shading. You got 8 minutes. Okay. Okay, I can do this. Okay. You said you wouldn't color. I'm not coloring. It's just, you know, just grayscale. About to ask what I could draw, but I figured it out. Also, 5 minutes. I know. I can do this. I can do this. Gonna make sure it's in line. Okay, it's not really aligned, but that's okay. Okay. Forgot the rope. Mother truck, I forgot the rope. Ugh. I can do this. I can do a rope in 4 minutes. On a different layer. Just came back after being my heart's beating so fast. No, No, don't get a heart attack, please. Okay. I did it. And it's still 4:58. Let's go. Okay. Woo! We made it, people! We made it! Let's go! Okay. This is my attack on you. So it goes. It's my... Oh my gosh. Hello? This is my attack on you. Why did I turn my iPad off, please? Okay. Whew. We did it, people. We did it. And it's only 4:59. Let's go. We did it. I'm gonna send this later today as an attack on you. Because I said that I'd do a sketch. But yeah. We did it, people. We did it. And in record time. Alright. How long does this sketch take, actually? 34 minutes. Let's go. Alright, I have to go somewhere. I have to go pick up cheese from Walmart. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you guys so much for coming to the stream. You guys really make me happy. Thank God every day that you guys come. And you guys are amazing. I have to go. But I love you guys so much. And I'll see you tomorrow in the next stream. Bye-bye. And I'm so glad you think she's pretty. Ooh, I'm so glad you think she's pretty. Thank you. Bye-bye.